I'm going to be telling you guys about a few things I wish I knew before I had my first child.
Each time I make a memory, then I'll try to make it with you.
Hey besties, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that I have been thinking about a lot lately, like seriously a lot, especially because my midwife makes me journal a whole lot of stuff, which I really appreciate. When I was pregnant with K-Bear, she used to make me journal all of these things, and I was just like, why are we doing this? Like, what is the point? I don't want to do this. But now I sit down and I look back on all those things that I journaled and wrote down and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, this was actually very helpful. So I really appreciate it this time around, and it has got me thinking about a whole lot of stuff, especially because I feel like right now the process is a little bit different compared to how it was with K-Bear, in the sense that with K-Bear we were expecting all peaches and cream because I had like the easiest pregnancy and there was no complication. Pretty much I was supposed to just go in labor and pop the baby, and then hello, she's here. Even though this time around I don't have like any complicated pregnancy or anything like that. I pretty much have the easiest pregnancy also, but based on the fact that I had a C-section before, we are sort of like planning different. So I've been journaling a whole lot of stuff. So with all of this journaling, I came to sort of realize a few things that I actually really wished I knew before I had my first child. Things I sort of like took for granted in the process of me going through my pregnancy to delivery and postpartum, and these are majority things I sort of picked up postpartum, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys exactly what those things are so that I can hopefully help somebody with this video and help myself also in the process, because these are things I sort of need to remember once the little guy is born. First up, I remember thinking, and I had a conversation with my midwife about this, that breastfeeding is going to come natural, and unfortunately for me that's not what happened. Breastfeeding did not come natural to me at all. I've talked to a lot of moms on my Facebook page, just moms that I meet in real life, about breastfeeding, and majority of them told me no, that's not something that came natural to us. We had to work, others gave up, others soldiered on. I soldiered on as well, and it just didn't come as natural as everybody makes it seem. Majority of the time when you're pregnant, they tell you about preparing for labor pains and preparing for giving birth and getting yourself in the right space of mind and all of that fun stuff, but nobody ever tells you about breastfeeding and what it could do to you, like physically, mentally, emotionally, and how you can prepare for that. I had the biggest challenge with letting K-Bear latch on, or K-Bear latching on, and it was just a struggle, honestly, and it took months before we actually got it right. I had super cracked nipples. I'm sure I've made a video about this before. My nipples were bleeding. When I say cracked, I mean blood, honey. Like, there was blood. It hurt so bad. It got to a point where I had so much anxiety every time I thought about feeding her. Like, every time she started crying and showing signs of being hungry, the anxiety would just hit, because I was in so much pain. It was not even funny. I asked Dizzy to buy me a breast pump because on the internet, when you Google things, which you probably shouldn't, I swear, when it comes to pregnancy and like breastfeeding and everything that is sort of like instinct based, try not Google it. No, it's not necessarily a good idea. So I googled around, and it said if you pump, it'll sort of like make you feel better. And I tried pumping, and it literally felt like my nipple was gonna just fall out of me, because it got worse and worse and worse. And so I realized that the only thing I could do is honestly just feed her from that boob and it'll feel better, which sort of worked. I don't know how that works, but it worked, but it hurt so bad. The process to recovery was not the easy one. I feel like I'm still emotionally scarred from that experience. I wish somebody told me a bit more about breastfeeding before I actually had a baby, because in my head, honestly, and I'm not even kidding you guys, I imagined the whole breastfeeding thing as you pop a baby, you put the baby on your boob, and it's magical. Like, nothing extra should happen from there, but that's not how it happened for me. Nobody recommended to me that I need to go see a dentist while I'm pregnant, or try get some sort of consultation for my teeth while I was pregnant and post-delivery and stuff. And as a result, my teeth are messed up. Like, it is so sad. Every time I think about what my teeth looked like before I got pregnant with K-Bear and obviously delivering and stuff, I literally just want to break down and cry. My teeth shifted around, they moved around, there's so much space in between my teeth, which honestly, I know I'm complaining about this a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I know people who have really bad teeth and who've suffered the worst post-pregnancy, and their teeth just never look the same. And mine looks similar, but they're still not the same. I mean, I know it, but anybody else who doesn't know wouldn't pick up the difference. I didn't get a cavity or anything like that, which I'm very, very grateful for. But the space, at one point, you could see it and I could feel it in my mouth. My teeth moved forward a little bit and I was like, oh hell no, like what is going on? I don't want to put braces on or anything like that, but it was quite freaky. Oral hygiene is quite important during pregnancy, especially because the baby at one point, especially when they start making bones and stuff, they drain the calcium out of you, so your teeth hardly ever get anything, and so it just makes it really, really difficult for your teeth to thrive and be as beautiful and amazing as they normally would be under normal circumstances. So it was a bit crazy. It was just one of those things where I was like, what? Like, what? Who thinks about teeth? Like, it's just one of those things where you like, they're there, you just never pay attention, if that makes any sense. But this time around, I'm trying my level best to pay attention and notice the little things, because that is what will make the big difference postpartum. You don't see it while you're pregnant because the skin is glowing, everything's good, the baby's kicking, life is amazing, and then the baby's born and you're like, who are you? Like, what happened to you? Pregnancy will do a number on you. Seriously, it will do a number on you. I always imagined in my naive little head that you're gonna pop a baby and in a couple of weeks your tummy is gonna be flat and everything's gonna be amazing. And this is coming from a person who had almost like a six-pack-ish situation before she had a baby. I used to gym all the time because we had gym at work and I would go there during my lunch hour, and I worked out really, really hard. I mean, even when we conceived Cable's Bunny, I was still going to the gym until I was like, okay, that's it, I'm tired, like enough is enough. But I still went to the gym, and so I always imagined that I'm gonna have a baby, and then obviously I will take probably like 6 weeks, and then my tummy will be flat again and everything will be amazing. And that didn't happen with me, and I used to get so frustrated, like, what is going on? I saw people who popped babies and like 2 weeks later their tummies are flat, and I'm like, how does that happen? What I didn't know is that there's a thing called muscle separation. There's actually a term for it, something, I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it down here. And turns out that is what I had. Had I known about it, I would have went to like some sort of therapy so they can try and get the muscles to sort of close back again. But I didn't know about that. I just thought it happened naturally and you don't have to intervene at all. So I used to work out and I did all sorts of crazy things, and I would still have that, like, I don't know, it's not even a mum pooch or pouch or whatever, like kangaroo thing going on. It's literally like my muscles separated like crazy, and I'm worried this time around because I never did do anything with them before, so they were still separated when I fell pregnant with this little guy, and so chances are they will separate even more. I hope they don't give me a hernia or something like that really, really hurts, or you have to like go through surgery for it. But I wish I knew about that, because I would have done something with it, especially when I went to my like 6 weeks checkup. I would have said, oh, by the way, muscle separation is very real over here. A bunch of people telling you stuff and sharing their experiences, which I know always comes from a good place, but people can impose like crazy. I swear, this is my second child and I still get people tell me what to do and what not to do, and I'm just like, I've been there, done that. I'm pretty sure I will know what to do. Like, thanks but no thanks. Obviously I don't say it like that, but in my head I'm just like, do I have to listen to this? Like, honestly though, like really, people are always just so generous when you're pregnant. I think it's because people get generally excited when they see somebody pregnant because they know it's a life growing inside of you, even though pregnancy is literally a bridge between life and death. It's one of those things. So I feel like when I say this, like, trust your instincts, and I say I wish somebody told me about this, I really do mean it. I don't want to say I took everybody else's advice, but I listened to the people that I thought mattered the most, and I tried to do what they were telling me to do or what they were advising me to do. And as a result, I found myself being very, very, very frustrated at times because whatever they said wasn't working. I wish I had listened to my instinct to just follow my gut with regards to what to do and sort of what products to use. I didn't. I just try to sort of do what people were telling me, because in my head I was like, they have experience, they've done this before, they know what they're talking about, so it's a tried and tested formula they're telling me, so I should probably just give it a try. But instead, it just never worked for me. Sometimes I look back with so much regret that I let that happen and I got myself frustrated. I'm so grateful I never had postpartum depression, and I feel like that's why I'm so cautious when it comes to giving advice. Like, I will never tell anybody who's pregnant about anything they're not asking me. Like, if you ask me about breastfeeding, I will tell you my experience, but I will not tell you what to do. Seriously, that is one thing that I honestly take very, very seriously. I will not tell a mom, a first-time mom, a fourth-time mom, what to do. I used to think, oh, when the baby's born, babies sleep all the time. All they do is cry, sleep, and poop, and eat, and cry, and sleep, and poop, and eat. That's basically what they do. But boy, that crying phase takes forever. I remember going through so many nights of like literally just staying up because K-Bear would not go back to sleep. Luckily, she wasn't a crying baby. She would just sit there and stare me in the eyes and just be content. Like, she just wouldn't want to go to sleep. I switch off the light, then it's war. I have to put on the light and just look at her. I just could not get myself to go back to sleep while she wasn't sleeping, because Lord knows what would happen. But it was hard. Well, lack of sleep during pregnancy is like nature's cruel way of preparing you for parenting. In the back of my head still, I always used to think, you just sleep all the time. Like, okay, not all the time, but you get some sort of sleep. I used to have major arguments with my mom because her thing was, when the baby's sleeping, I need to be up and doing stuff. K-Bear was like a very, she was not a morning person. She would wake up probably around 8 a.m, which was amazing. But my mom would say I should wake up at 6 and take a bath and get ready and do whatever, and I was like, no, I'm up with her at night. I'm not gonna do that. And she never used to understand it, and we used to argue a lot. My thing was, I will sleep, and when she wakes up, I will feed her, and while she's content, I will put her in a bouncer, and I will do everything else that I need to do, because that's how it needs to be done. Like, why must a baby be controlling my life? She came into my life, not the other way around. If I want to sleep while she's sleeping, I should be able to do so. Wearing a bra is essential. Like, seriously. During pregnancy, your boobs just grow, and I used to, because my boobs were so painful, I used to say, I do not want to see a bra with my eyes. Like, I don't want that at all. And so I never used to wear a bra. Even postpartum, I never used to wear a bra until I woke up one day and there was milk everywhere, and I was like, that is gross. And that's when I started wearing a bra. But as a result, them girls are saggy. I have saggy boobs, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. I wish I wore a bra during my pregnancy, even at nighttime, like obviously a maternity comfortable bra, and postpartum, like post-delivery, I wish I wore a bra all the time so that I can keep the girls in shape. I'm pretty sure there would have been some sort of sagging, even though I would have put on the bra, but I'm pretty sure it was gonna be like minimal. It's not that bad, like, don't get me wrong, but I wish I knew to put on a bra so that I can limit the sagging situation, because sometimes I look at my boobs and I'm like, I have no idea where you all came from. Like, I do not know. Right now, bra is gospel in my life. I usually just put on my sports bra because it has got more support, so it is a bit more comfortable. I'm not on my maternity bras just yet, or my nursing bras just yet. I think I will do that on my 3rd trimester, which is in a couple of weeks, which is scary. But yeah, I put on a bra all the time. I even go to bed with one. Those are some of the things that I really wish I knew before I had my first child. It is ridiculous how much and how many things people don't tell you about being a mom, first-time mom, especially postpartum. People worry about labor pains and stretch marks. Like, why should you even worry about stretch marks? Seriously, it's just stretch marks. Nobody ever tells you about what it's actually like. It wasn't the easiest transition, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but it had to be done. I soldiered on, and here I am almost 5 years later, and she is still alive, and I am alive too, so we are good. Give this video a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and let me know what shocked you postpartum. Let me know what are the things you wish you knew before you had your first baby in the comment section down below, so that we can all help each other out. And by the way, also let me know what are the things you wish you knew before you had your second baby, because I'm pretty sure there will be more surprises in store, because there's always a surprise. There's always something looming around the corner that is about to shock the bejesus out of you. I hope you enjoyed watching. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and catch us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, links down below. And of course, I will catch you besties on our next video. Bye besties.
Tonight we're running on the right track.